3 more episodes! That's how many episodes of Top 10 are left on Screw Attack before this show and myself leave Screw Attack and go over to the No. If you go over to the No after 3 more episodes, you'll be able to see more of me and my pretty face. And, come on, you know you want to, right? 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 We're neck deep into December, which means that Texas winter has finally begun. That means half the trees still think it's spring, you think about putting on a jacket on any given day, and if you're like me, you grew up in Texas and always longed for a winter wonderland like what you see in video games. So hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Snow Levels.
Number 10.
I'm not a huge fan of FPS games, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's campaign was just some good, dumb fun. Like the rest of MW2's, Cliffhanger is a big action set piece that you get to play through, and it's all the more awesome for it. It's a stealth mission that goes south when your partner, Soap McTavish, gets surrounded by enemy Russians. That's when you hit the Michael Bay button and go pa 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 pa, and then these snowmobile dudes show up and you murder them and you take their snowmobiles and you still go pa 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 at like 100 miles an hour. Oh, it still puts a genuine smile on my face when you're flooring it. While you're going downhill, you're still flooring it. And you swerve around the trees, and it's kind of like Star Wars, but it's snow and it's downhill. And then you jump that insanely huge gorge at the bottom. Oh, it's only number 10 on our list, but I'm already thinking I'm gonna need to go back and replay that mission after this top 10.
Number 9.
Most great snow levels are all about the cheery, holiday time side of winter. And then there's Phendrana Drifts. Metroid Prime's harsh, icy environment is a quiet, frozen wasteland with nothing to keep you company but that lonely piano soundtrack. Well, that and all the baby she-goths you brutally blast apart. Speaking of which, remember that one time Samus committed infanticide right in front of the mother she-goth and then orphaned the babies that were left? That was colder than whatever temperature this planet's at. But hey, you get a cool wave beam out of it. Worth it.
Number 8.
Animal Crossing's not exactly the most exciting game in the world, but I still get a little giddy when I know that winter is on the way. Is this a level? Does this count as a world technically? Whatever. Games are so non-linear these days that I'm just gonna say it counts. And why not? It's easily the best time of the year in Animal Crossing anyway. There's something so peaceful about seeing that first snowfall in your town, which is especially pleasant for me because, you know, Texas. And with that white blanket covering your hood comes the winter fishing tournament, Christmas Toy Day, and the countdown to the new year. All season long, you can also build up snowmen to get rare furniture or just give sentience to the most cruelly designed creature since the blobfish. Ugh, it's gotta hurt just being that thing, you know? Winter in Animal Crossing is like all of the best parts of the season without having to leave your toasty living room to enjoy it. And now that I'm talking about it, I need Animal Crossing on my Switch like yesterday.
Number 7.
What even is a Mario game since 1988 without a good old snow level? Heck, Mario 64 gave us 2 of them. Yeah, I know there's Snowman's Land, but the big snowman's an a-hole, the water is an a-hole, the bully's an a-hole, the entire level is just a huge snowy a-hole. But Cool Cool Mountain is a delight from the peak you start out on all the way down to the cliff you sacrifice the baby penguin at. Like, come on, we all did it! And that's not even mentioning the other penguin you can race for a cool star and later rematch for a bigger challenge. But if you want a real objective, Cool Cool Mountain is perfect for the Green Demon Challenge, where you get the extra life to chase you and you gotta get all 8 red coins and the star before it catches you. It ain't easy, but it's worth revisiting the old snowy peak for. And also to throw more baby penguins to their doom.
Number 6.
Who knew that Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back's Battle of Hoth could not only be a great action scene, but a top 10 worthy level too? Shadows of the Empire's opening level was one of the first times we actually got to participate in that famous Star Wars battle. Gunning down AT-STs in your snowspeeder was fun and all, but nothing compared to the thrill of wrapping up the AT-AT walkers with your tow cable. For those who played it back in 1996, Shadows of the Empire's Battle of Hoth stands out as one of the most memorable first levels ever, but it's a shame the rest of the game didn't follow suit. God, I freaking hate that speeder bike level. Ugh.
Number 5.
I don't know about you, but I think that some of the best modern Mario Kart tracks are the segmented ones that don't do laps. You know, like Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road, the Woohoo Island tracks, and relevant for this list, Mario Kart 8's Mount Wario. No, that's not a command. That's the name of one of the best tracks in the entire game. It starts off by dumping 12 go-karts out of the back of a helicopter onto an icy alpine slope that takes you through a cave system, a ski resort, the woods, and more. And did you ever notice how the music times out perfectly with every transition to a new section of the track? I'm telling you, the only way you'll see a more beautiful sight than this mug is by heading to Mount Wario for yourself. No, that's still not a command, unless you want it to be.
Number 4.
Now, I know that the idea of having to do puzzles with an AI character sounds annoying, but Uncharted 2's Heart of Ice chapter knocks it out of the park. Probably because you barely have to deal with the AI partner at all. You'll find no shortage of cool, ancient puzzles and set pieces in this series, but the underground network of oversized switches and machinery was awe-inspiring nonetheless. I mean, yeah, none of it's actually real, but the sense of adventure you get exploring this mechanical wonder with Tenzin is unmatched on this list. But things turn into a gunfight for your lives at the end when these demon Yeti things show up. And I know Nathan's got impossibly strong fingers that let him climb all the stuff that he does, but do the guy's fingers ever get cold? Or at least tired?
Number 3.
Am I alone in thinking that The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess was a great-looking game for the time? I still kinda wish they'd go for another dark-looking Zelda someday, but I know it's not an unpopular opinion to say that Snow Peak Ruins was one of the highlights of this game. This isn't just a great snow level, it's one of the best Zelda dungeons ever made. The first time I followed a Yeti down that hill into his house, I didn't even realize it was an actual dungeon. You meet his wife who gives you a map and you're like, oh, are we doing that? Unlike just about every other dungeon in Zelda history, Snow Peak Ruins doesn't give you hearts. You can only refill your health with Yeto's soup. Even cooler, Snow Peak Ruins kinda tells its own story. The nice Mrs. Yeti who gave you the map earlier tells you that she's not been feeling well lately, and it's all because of that corruptive mirror shard that you're after. In fact, by the end of the dungeon, the shard corrupts her so much that she ends up becoming a fun boss for you to free at the end. In more ways than one, Snow Peak Ruins is the coolest Zelda dungeon I've ever played. Haha, winter jokes.
Number 2.
As I'm recording this top 10, there's like 25 million of you out there with Switches, and not nearly enough of you have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It is one of the best modern platformers, one of my favorite platformers, period, and it's also got an incredibly beautiful snow level. Cliffside Slide is such a gorgeous and epic level. It's the final silhouetted stage in the game when DK scales the blizzard-coated mountain of his home island. Structures fall apart and dinosaur bones crumble beneath you, but with that killer score by David Wise, you feel like a king coming back to take his rightful place on the throne, and God help whatever decides to get in your way. Besides being a terrific piece of eye and ear candy, it's one of those levels that I've loved so much that I don't even know how many times I've replayed it just for fun.
It's number 1.
As far as I'm concerned, winter is nature's way of building up to the best holiday of the year, Groundhog Day. I gotta know if Punxsutawney Phil's gonna see his shadow or not. Second best winter holiday, Christmas. Hands down. One of the few snow levels that went all in on one of my favorite holidays also just so happens to be from one of my favorite games. Banjo-Kazooie's Freeze-Easy Peak is pure magic from the moment you warp in. You decorate a Christmas tree, you climb a giant snowman, you deliver presents to a neglectful polar bear's kids and then beat him twice in a sled race, which is the exact thing he ditched his kids to be the best at. This bear is such a loser! And I think that music by Grant Kirkhope would instantly bring anyone back to a time of childlike wonder, even if they didn't grow up with banjo. This music is so good that I'm gonna risk a copyright claim by playing a second sample. All right, that's it, that's all you're getting. We don't want to incur the wrath of the YouTube police. To this very day, no matter what time of year it may be, Freezy Peak instantly puts me into that winter, Christmassy spirit. And what a great level. For our secret number 11, let's go back to Windows 3.1 for everybody's favorite I'm bored game, Ski Free. Nobody knows where this mountain takes place, but you can set trees on fire, knock down other skiers, and die at the hands of a Yeti. If only childhood me knew that you could press F on the keyboard to outrun those things. Would have saved me a lot of stress.